Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor episode number 65. We are here once again with our beautiful, amazing players, Phelan, Moodman, Simner, Simienne, and Nikita Fox. Trying to bring you some fun D&D content that's really mostly for us. So, let's just jump right into this because we got a lot of stuff to do. Last week, our team, New Death, finally cleared one of the cauldrons of Aegir. They have spent quite a large amount of time here, from entering, being dragged around from one floating city to another, conversed with a bunch of strange people, and became allies with some former enemies, or at least former not-so-happy acquaintances.
It was a one-sided rivalry.
One-sided rivalry. And through lots of trials, tribulations, battles with zombies, and just completely unappreciated puzzling, our team managed to finally make it to the end of the Cauldron of Purity, where they were subsequently flushed out, is how they've been describing it. But in the act, before being flushed and before fighting off a massive zombie meant to delay them, they did, in fact, lose the artifact known as the Shaft to the matron, who had been watching from the shadows, or at least something to that effect. After being bamboozled and fighting a zombie, they made their way out, and finally, after twisting and being ripped from their current space, looking back and seeing this vast expanse, these statues standing up taller than the realm itself, holding these bowls that house each of the cauldrons, and watching as they're lifted up from their position by the statue into a new one, two rivers pouring down from the one above out to the other two, and a small torrent sending you all out. You find yourself spinning for a moment in a flurry of water and bubbles, and you turn to look about yourselves finally for the first time out of the cauldron. So, what would you like to do?
We're underwater?
Yes.
How far away are we from a bubble?
As you spin out, make me a survival check. And you guys will hear Destrin go, woo, woo.
12.
Woo. 12? You know it's far from here for the next bubble that you are aware of. The last time you did this, you were in a vehicle. And it took you about 30 minutes by vehicle, traveling along some sort of underwater highway to make it to Coral Reef.
So are we near the entry point? Is that where we get spit out?
Turning around and checking your surroundings, you see that it looks a bit different. Instead of it just being a woman holding like 300-foot tall woman holding this bowl that was 30 feet across. Instead, they're holding it upright and at eye level with themselves, and their head is tilted down slightly. And as you guys turn around and look, you can see that their eyes are looking directly at you. In the center.
Well, first things first, knowing that Destrin can't breathe underwater too well, and we seem to be really far away from the air bubbles, I'm just going to cast Polymorph on her and turn her into a fish.
She goes,
I give the fish a thumbs up. Alright, we have like...
Meanwhile, like 10 hands are like surrounding this little fish, just trying to like hold on to it as best they can.
I think all the hands should become little tiny fish.
Oh yeah, even better. Little tiny fish, just
Little tiny sucker fish, and they all
Yep.
attach to it.
Alright, everyone, we have an hour to get Destrin to a place where they can breathe.
The bowl is closest, yeah.
It's entirely up to you all what you would like to do. Meanwhile, you guys see as Chimby is just literally sinking.
Oh,
down into the darkness.
maybe somebody should polymorph Jimby into a fish as well. I can't. I'm out of spell slots.
Jimmy, you guys could just see the bubbles going, and you could just see his eyes in the darkness, just the sort of haunting glow. Just
I'll just use my ring of telekinesis. And...
catch him. Okay, so you've got Chimby, and he's just like, whoa. And you can see that the brain in the jar, it's more or less the same buoyancy, maybe a little denser than the water. So he's able to keep himself moving with telekinesis. He's like, wow, that was a hell of a trip. Guys, do you want to do that again?
Well, actually, we need to get to the next cauldron, like, ASAP, because I think the matron's already there. And the question is, which one is it and how do we get there? So, do we go back in? Since we're here?
Is there any like guards or anyone still spectating the cauldron since we all got?
Whenever
sucked
you
in?
guys were sent inside, the closest anybody can get, other than you folks and the virtues, was like hundreds and hundreds of yards away.
I'd like to look in that direction, like perimeter-wise, where
make me
where
a
any,
perception
scout
check.
would be.
Do you have night vision? Dark vision?
I believe I have dark vision of some kind because of the belt. Double checking.
It's pretty dense looking through this water, but I think you're probably not too bad at it.
I
so
have
won't
dark
make you roll with
vision
disadvantage.
out to 60 feet.
Out to 60 feet. So it's going to be a little hard to see this just because of the sheer distance, but go ahead and make a perception check anyways.
12.
You know which general direction it is, and you can see the sea shelf running across, but you remember that with your last path here, when you first arrived after the Trial of Elements, that it's just so dark and dingy down here without looking through Aqua. That's what like made it a light and showed you the path, but you are able to make it out with a 12, like where the path leads, and you can see it heads out into the distance. So you know which direction it is, but you can't see anybody out there. Just sort of like fades into that sort of dark marine. Yeah, makes it hard to see.
I mean, I think we should go back in, but we also tried to contact people who were outside while we were inside.
Is there someone out here we should contact in Coral Reef? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, Krishna.
Okay. So the mist starts to form, and as it does so, it's just hovering in the water. You start to initiate this sort of magical contact, and you see Krishna goes, "Hello? Oh, it's you. Hello, dear."
Grim is underwater. He's about to go into a bowl. Could you ask the Coral Reef people to watch? Can you watch Ernie for me? And give him his medicine?
Oh, yes, of course, dear. I will look into it for you.
Okay.
Just so you know, your tab is running up because we've been taking care of your pig pretty much since you arrived in Selindor. So your tab is continuing to rise.
It's fine. We'll give you some aquam. It's fine.
Ooh, Aquam, I have no idea what that is, but I trust you.
Okay, great. See you later.
Okay, I'll take care of little Ernie. All right, so you guys watch as that mist fades back into his device.
Just gotta take care of my pig, you know?
The fish guy that started all this, we should tell him that there may be others coming out in the future. Since we can get in and out now.
You guys should have an ability to contact via your seals.
Yeah.
Garblot, if that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Wasn't there a lady
What
there
about
too?
Garblots, the Naiad? Didn't we hook up with the Naiad?
Yes, you should be able to have their number as well.
I'm going to call them.
Trying to remember what their name is.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Bubbles.
It's definitely not Bubbles. Oh my god. I can't believe it. It's actually Bubbles. No, it's not. What is her name? Nariad. I have no idea what her name is anymore.
Yeah, I thought I took notes on that one, but I didn't write that down. And I have a lot of other notes that I have no idea what they mean.
Tybalt, Dawn, all sorts of stuff about them. I just can't find her name in this because my eyes were not prepared for it.
really got to get your notes more organized. Like one
Lady
section that's just
Ushiden.
NPCs.
Ushiden, Lady Ushiden, thank you much.
Alright, I'm
Lady
going to write
Ushiden.
it down now too.
You have that many notes that it took you that long to find that feeling?
No, I literally just opened my notes to look at it.
Yeah.
I was sorry.
Meanwhile, I have so many notes, and they're just, I should have organized better. Yes, so Lady Ushiden, you give her a call,
Yes.
and she actually goes, "Oh, was it a failure?"
Well, no, we went into the, the vortex thing, and
I'm
now
sorry, you'll have to forgive me. You've come back from inside the cauldron.
I have, and we're actually going to be we're going to go back in, and we're going to send everybody who wants to come out. So I wanted to make somebody in the city.
Is it stable there? I mean, can we approach the cauldron?
I believe so. There might be something dangerous happening soon, but not immediately.
Well, I shall have them look into it as quickly as possible.
I just wanted somebody to be aware that people are going to be coming out and they're going to need maybe transport and places to go. I know that's not something the Crimson Dawn might necessarily be interested in, but I thought maybe you could get word to people who could help.
No, this is exactly the sort of thing that the Crimson Dawn is interested in. Changes to the cauldron is what we want. Thank you for everything. Should I contact you again when I have everything in order?
You can try. I might not be on this plane, but if I am, I will answer.
Surprised you were able to accomplish so much in half a day.
Well, it's what we do.
Perhaps you actually are chosen. Well, I bid you farewell. I'm going to go inform the Dawn and probably very quickly inform the Sea Swan Temple. I'm sure they will be very surprised.
Their people are still inside, but will be coming back as soon as they can.
I will let them know.
Does Don want to be our sugar daddy and send us some potions?
Ooh. Well, I don't know if this is something that would be possible, but we are about to go back in for another bout that could prove a bit difficult. If there is any aid that could be rendered, we would be more than grateful to accept it.
I'm certain we can
resources.
work something out if you can make it back to the stockade, or sorry, the blockade. It should be no more than a mile away from the cauldron in the direction of... My brain's not working.
Well,
Coral Reef.
Okay.
If you go there, giving us probably about 6 hours, and we can set up a restock station there. Otherwise, once the nature of the stability of the cauldron has been determined, we can perhaps find a way to get it to you. But if you're going in, it'll be fairly difficult to...
Yeah, I don't think we have 6 hours to spare. It sounds like time moves faster in the cauldron because we were gone for much more than half a day. So...
I see.
We need to get back in before too much time passes there. So I think we will probably just go back immediately. And I'm kind of looking to the rest of the group to see if people are nodding in agreement or like trying to get some kind of okay, thumbs up from Grim. We're good.
All right. Well, I will get them prepared anyways, and I will contact you as soon as we have everything, or at least attempt to contact you as soon as we have everything figured out.
All right. I can also try to check in from the other side in a day or two. Well, good luck and thank you for everything. Here we go, I guess.
Very well. As you all enter...
You slam your seal.
As you guys look and turn around, observing the statue and observing the cauldron itself, since I guess you guys are planning on going back in, it looks different. Obviously, the hands have been raised, and you can see that the statue is sort of looking down at you all, where you stand, or will float, swim. but you see that the shape of the cauldron is no longer just this sort of bowl. You see that there is almost like a horn shape to it as it sort of curves out towards the direction where you guys are, and you can see that there's an open sort of warbling sort of dark hole at the end that seems to be like just sort of letting bubbles out.
Do I have the impression that that's like we go through there to get back in?
We got
Make me an intelligence check.
Because I don't know what else I'm seeing in the area.
What'd you say, Mood?
Or did we get spit out there?
I was going to say an intelligence check. It looks more like something you got spit out of, considering that the top was how you got sucked in.
17.
17? Oh, yeah, that's the exit. That's the exit, baby.
All right.
That's the colon.
And then the entrance is just the same way we went in the first time then.
Yes, looking above that seems to be at eye level now. And they were looking below the lip of the bowl, which now curves out that way.
Do I think that we could just pick one of the other bowls and go in that one? Or is it
one of the other bowls?
It's just the one statue.
There
here.
are no other bowls
Right.
to be seen.
Okay.
This is set into the side of what appears to be like a sort of twisting column of rock. The statue itself is about like 300 feet tall, but it's sort of like pressed, sort of like carved into this relief of the sort of like pillar, but the pillar itself is much, much wider. And you feel like you're probably going a few miles to get around to one of the other sides of this pillar.
I should have turned Destrin into a whale, because then we could all ride her when we go through. That's my bad. Next time I will turn you into a whale.
Am I still a giant ape?
Yep.
Okay.
A drowning giant ape.
With the water breathing?
I'm going to say it's a drowning giant ape.
Oh my god.
Well, we can just go back in and figure it
Just
out.
going,
I can own the ape.
I mean, you probably have a pretty hard
As long as
time.
it's safe to leave, to let people go. I mean,
the pink ape is turning slightly purple.
All right. We can try to get supplies in the...
But yes,
cauldron,
you'll
I guess, if we have to. But...
as you realize that you're drowning, you can transform back into Bropsy.
I think we need to...
So you guys planning on going back in?
Yeah, it sounds like time is moving much more quickly in there. So we need to make sure we're inside so that the matron doesn't get too much of a head start on whatever they're plotting. So, everyone good?
Start swimming for the bowl.
I make sure
Alright, so as you
everyone
guys-
else is...
Swim back up to the top, where before you had seen this sort of burbling cauldron. Instead, what you see is the bowl sort of dips in a bit. And as you look in, you can see from above the clouds moving, everything, as if the cauldron is right there in front of you. You can see the island, you can see the gap.
I wonder if they're looking up and seeing us looking down. I just want to like
question,
wave
are
my
we,
hand over it.
Are we bringing our friends back in with us?
Oh! Yeah, I'll
Maybe
look
they
back
don't wanna
at,
go
at
back
Destrin and Gimli and them and just... I know you can't talk right now because you're a fish.
The head can talk.
Well, and I could also use universal speech maybe to understand fish. I don't know how that works. But...
Well, she has the intelligence of a fish right now anyway, so.
Do the three of you want to go back in and help us with the other cauldrons? Or do you want to get the fuck out of here, which is entirely understandable, and go back to Coralweave?
Chimpy goes,
They need to come back in.
and the other one's like, I really can't make this decision alone. I'll tell you what, we'll go where you're going.
All right, well, now you know how to get out, so it doesn't, you can go back in and then get back out again.
Which means they can lead everyone else out while we
Yes,
chase after
all right,
the scary-
fair enough. You're on, yes.
Oh, okay, so we've got a responsibility. Great, I'm glad. I'm such a people brain.
You'll get used to it and just like tap the jar.
Let me put on my polite, charismatic eyebrows.
They'll wash off you underwater.
When we get there.
All right, well,
Okay.
I guess we just
What are you guys just gonna sort of climb in?
I'll go last. I'll make sure everybody else gets in first.
I'll go first.
All right, as you guys watch, Mitnir sort of swims up to the top and then sort of swims down towards it, and you guys watch as he starts swimming. He just gets smaller and smaller. Just goes.
Oh, are we going to fall from the sky?
Disappears into the cauldron like a cartoon, just like somebody minimized him.
You know what? Maybe we should all hold hands and swim together in a group, because if we fall from the sky again... I know it's mostly water, but it's not all water, so... So, like, yeah, I'm gonna try to, like,
fine.
link arms with everybody who can't fly.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right, so you guys just start holding hands and trying to
Vindir's
swim
already
it,
gone.
and you find yourselves getting smaller and smaller.
I'll go last because I can fly.
But realistically, what you experience is the same thing you experienced the first time. This sort of like sense of just being caught in a whirlpool. And exactly like the first time, you guys find yourselves underwater in a swirling torrent.
Okay, good.
And rising towards the surface. And as you do so, there are no nets to try to grab you.
Yeah.
But you see Mitnir is at the top of the water. Well, probably just waiting for you guys in the water.
No, I'd start swimming up. I'm looking for the barge to see if it's...
Okay, so you see, as you guys come to, you find yourselves all arriving a few seconds after one another at the surface of the water, just going the sort of discomfort of it being twisted around like that, still sort of pulling on you, and it's daylight outside.
Is there any land or boats in sight?
Make me a perception check.
It says puffball.
Okay, as
But
you do,
There
your
is
ship
one.
board here. You guys watch as the process begins, as the boat starts to unfold and inflate.
Right.
And after maybe like a minute, you guys are able to climb inside the boat, and you are back on the seas within the Quixotic clock.
Do I see the island?
Yeah, who kept track of the fish?
I would have.
I'm sure, but yeah,
Busy
we were
with
the
the jar.
least concentration at some point. Right?
Yeah, so did you
Taking
like put
care of the brain.
Like now, like once
Okay.
once the boat is available, and once we're at the surface of the water, I will drop the polymorph.
Gotcha. Okay, so you drop the polymorph, you guys get back in. All right, so Destrin's up there with you. We're all good. She's like, whew,
Sorry about that. Should have.
I don't particularly like being a fish.
No, but I
Let's
didn't
avoid
want
that
you
in the
to
future.
drown.
Not my favorite.
Maybe a
Maybe
whale
try a
next time if
turtle.
it has to happen. A whale
Turtle.
would be better.
A whale?
Baby turtle.
Sure, something with intelligence would be great. The bliss of being completely stupid was fun, I guess, but I was terrified.
I'm really sorry about that. I just didn't want you to drown, and I didn't have a good way to communicate. You know, well, yes, duly noted. I apologize. Well,
Sea cucumber.
do I see the island?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you pull back up, what'd you roll for your perception check?
26.
26. Yeah, you see the island and you see the barge. Just probably about a mile away towards the south, closer towards the gap.
Oh, well, we can row there in no time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, let's get ourselves to the gap, I guess, and I'm going to send a message to the captain of that ship that flew us to the other place. I forget their name. I always forget their name.
Airship captain.
The airship captain.
Her with the swords, where she's
The swords. Her name is... I'll get there. It's right here. Winnie Alcrast is her name.
All right. Well, I'm sending a message. So
That's the Jabiru is the name of the ship.
yes.
Okay. Sending a message.
Way out open in temple. Undead maybe still around. Please take anyone who wants to go. It'll exit near coral weave. What, do I only have one word left?
You have 4 words.
I have 4 words left. Get virtues out, please.
Okay. There's a moment, and then the response comes. Hi. Yeah. So to be real with you, not sure where the virtues are, but I'll do what I can to inform everyone in the gap.
I'm going to send another message to, oh god, who was like the smartest virtue? Like obviously not Chaz.
The leader seemed to be... Phil seemed probably the most down-to-earth.
Phil was cool, but maybe
other
not.
Than Phil, the leader of the group seemed to be Hugh.
Hugh, okay. I will send a message to Hugh.
The Triton guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
And I basically say the same thing. Way out is open in temple. Find the Jabiru. Captain Winnie will take you back to Coral Reef. Spread the word. Watch out for possible undead.
The response comes. A bit late for that now. We explored, as we said, towards the edge of the bowl. Streams opened. We followed one.
Oh. They followed the stream at the edge of the bowl.
We are in a large ocean. We'll be fine. Hiding now.
They must be in the cauldron of life.
Alright, I'm going to send another message back to Hugh. Which way did you go? We will follow and help.
We don't need your help. I'm sure you'll all just die here. That said, feel free to explore the other way. Perhaps we'll solve this thing yet.
But he didn't say which way he went, so I don't know which way the other way is. They went right, but which right? Who's right? I don't have any more messages, so I can't contact him again until the morning.
Just assume Agar's right from right hand, holding the bowl.
Mitnir, that's actually pretty smart. Alright, well... I'm sure the Jabiru will figure it out when they can't find the virtues.
They did say they had no idea where the virtues were, but they let the town know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I assume this is all happening while you're rowing, and with all the
We're
time
rowing to the barge.
Yeah,
We're going
you
to the
guys-
barge, right?
Yeah, I assume so.
Whatever's
Or you're going
closest.
into the gap.
Yeah,
The
because
barge
it's
is
like
closer.
a mile. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the other one's going to be a few hours to get to.
Please stopping at the barge first.
Yeah.
As you guys
On the
see the
barge.
barge. Oh, speaking of which, I don't think I've changed the barge at all. Let me go pop in real quick and do something very specific that needs to happen, and then I'll pop you guys over there if need be.
Friend's got to go see his girlfriend anyway.
Okay. So, you all arrive and begin docking with the Biting Barge. The Mako twins meet you on either side of your, I'm not sure, like this would be like a schooner or what, your little boat. And they say, "Hey, welcome back. Wow, you guys missed a hell of a fucking ride, am I right? Woo! Was that you guys?
Probably.
Probably.
We had a ride of our own, actually.
As you guys are getting closer and they start guiding you and helping you dock, they're like, looking around, guys, in case you haven't noticed, and the entire barge is in kind of shambles. It's still held together. Whatever ironwork that sort of kept the whole thing cinched together seems to have held strong. But most of the barrels are sort of floating out in the water away from it. You can see that a lot of the fish stalls have been turned over. And you can see that I don't remember exactly what that shark name. Oh, like, what's his name? The fisherman one.
Yeah.
Is just sitting there around this stupid, picking up and putting all of the fish back in their barrels.
The matron do this?
I think when the bowl got raised, this is what happened inside.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened, because our view is slightly different, and you look and rather than having the bowl being sort of bent over, sort of looked over by this large figure, it's now just the eyes that are sort of like almost level with the horizon, sort of looking at what you're all doing.
So just... Right. Sorry about that. Can you... I have a couple of questions for you. One is, what was going on with the matron last you saw her?
Oh, yeah, matron is gone? And they point over to where the matron's sort of like upper hut thing was, and the whole thing is just gone. It just looks like somebody took it and just like ripped it out and just like it fucking left.
Yeah. She took her house with her.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen a building get up and walk away before.
Oh.
Did you hit your head?
Oh, dude, we all hit our heads. Well, these things are hard. Actually, mine's kind of soft. Ow!
Right. And I forgot my other question because I'm picturing the house getting up and walking away, and now I don't remember what I wanted to ask.
No worries, no worries. Well, hey, you guys should probably get some rest. I'm sure you're super tired. You've been gone for a couple days, so...
Yeah, yes.
How did you survive all those zombies, man?
Luck.
You get to
Killed
find
them.
out.
All of them?
Not all of them.
These guys are badass, man.
Well, we don't... somebody should... hopefully we'll hear soon if their zombies are still out and about. I'm sure... I don't know. I don't know what happened. But... Yes, we could very much use a nap. Where is the barge going? Can we go back to the gap?
Yeah, we're actually heading out towards the gap right now to assess the damage and see if we can help out.
Great.
We were near the middle of the lock when this all went down, so yeah.
The other thing is, a way out is now open, and you can leave the cauldron and come back if you want to. Currently, for
Holy
the
no.
I mean,
Really?
we left and now we're back. Yeah, we came from...
Captain! And they sort of like hop out and just run onto the boat, and they're like, Captain! Captain!
It's at the temple! It's a whirlpool!
A few minutes pass as you guys are like getting yourself off the boat, probably folding the boat back up. When Grinrose comes lumbering down the way and says, "Right then, let's be real. You found the way out of the lock, did you?"
We did.
I like you, Groove. You're ballsy. And you're probably crazy. But yeah, we'll take a look.
Right.
I mean, obviously something's changed. Just pointing at the giant face on the horizon.
Yeah, the bowl got lifted, I think, the cauldron, and there's a way out and back in. And apparently the virtues went to the edge of the bowl and found a stream and are now somewhere else. You don't happen to know which way they went when they left the gap, do you?
They were sailing, I would say southeast.
Alright, so they did suggest we go the opposite way, which would be northwest.
Aye.
Would the barge be interested in taking us out there and seeing what might be seen? We suspect maybe another cauldron.
I'd have to speak with my old crew. And then I'd have to speak with all the passengers, the children, the old people, you know what it is.
Of course.
We can't just make a decision.
I assume there will be those who want to leave this cauldron and just go back to Selindor and the coral reef. But
You're right. And we'll let them know once we've investigated if it is actually a way out or not.
And it might not be safe to stay in the cauldron.
yeah, we don't know how much
What
longer
makes you think that?
The last place we were at doesn't exist anymore.
Lots changing fast since you arrived about, what was that, 5 days ago? That's a lot to change since I've been here 600 myself. And
Yeah.
not a damn thing's changed. So sorry if it makes it a bit hard for me to believe this. So given the time, I think we'll help our betters. Or not our betters, I'll help the others at the gap. Make sure that they know who their betters are. There we go. Help them out. And then we'll go check, make sure the temple is a way out. And if it is, safe to transport there,
Completely reasonable.
then
I would expect
but
nothing
no,
other. We
I
can,
think we'd have to take care of ours on our own before we go trying to sail off the edge of the world through a stream that may or may not exist off of the island.
fair enough, and certainly if the temple does prove to be a way out, the barge is large enough to take as many people as want to go. Maybe we could commission the Jabiru to... Well, the Jabiru flies in the air. I don't know if it would get caught.
Well, that's entirely up to you.
We could try.
We'll be over at the gap in about 4 hours, so make yourselves at home as usual. Don't cause any trouble.
Thank you. I think we're probably just going to take a nap.
Fair enough.
Which one said the house walked away?
That was Mako, one of the Mako twins. Chalklog.
I just want to grab one of them. Said the house walked away. You're sure?
Yeah, man, it was like dinosaur or something.
Which way did it go?
Well, kind of hopped into the water and just kind of paddled away.
I'm just gonna steer his head direction.
He looks to the east, which is towards where the face is on the horizon.
Okay.
Maybe we should follow the house. Is there anything else, is the island to the east?
Yes, you will have to pass over the island from where you are right now, in that direction. It is towards the... So let's say that north would be where the temple is. East would be sort of a thinner part of the crescent isle.
Oh, okay. So it didn't head in the direction of the temple.
No.
Or of the other waterfall.
We could try to follow the house and assume that maybe it was going wherever she is. But it sounds like if the virtues went southeast, then they are probably off the eastern edge as well.
So go the other way and...
I mean, I don't know. He said
Fine.
we should go the other way because if we go where he's going, we're probably going to die, which is really fucked up. Okay, well, we can come and help you not die.
I mean, we know we're stronger than the virtues are, so
Yeah.
if they think they can handle it, it shouldn't be a problem for us.
Which could also mean we go the other way anyway, because
They've
if
got
they're
it covered.
fine, they won't die.
I think we should
mean-
make sure they're safe. I do feel a bit responsible.
He said he
for
didn't
them
want
being
help.
here.
I don't think we should We should just let them do their thing, and we'll go the other way. They're not our responsibility.
No, but I do feel that the matron is.
Perhaps he gives
Sure,
Lauren
but
a little.
if we go the other way, maybe the matron went east into that one. We can get whatever we got to get out of the other one before she even gets there.
That's true. There are 2 more cauldrons, and whichever one she's not in, we could probably ransack before she does. I don't.
Like, she beat us to the one we were in. If we follow her to the
She'll
next
probably
one, she'll
beat us to the
again,
next one
right?
too. Yeah, you're right. And then she'll beat us to all 3 and get whatever she wants.
Didn't she say something like she was already in there or something?
I don't.
No, she said see you at the next one. That's what
Yeah.
she said.
But she said for opening the doors.
You thanked us
Thanked
for
us
opening the
this
doors.
cauldron. We opened this cauldron.
I just
We're
don't
let her out.
understand. If this is what she wanted, why didn't she do it herself?
Maybe she didn't know how.
Well, we didn't know how either. But we figured it out.
Fumbled our way through it.
She's
we
had
had a group.
hundreds of, maybe thousands of years to figure it out. She couldn't be bothered to do it before now? I don't
Maybe
know.
there are wards that prevent her specifically from doing it.
She didn't seem
Mhm.
like the hands-on type. She was more behind the scenes type, I think.
She might just
She
not
lets
be
others
allowed.
do the work.
Yeah, lots of questions. We should find a spot to take a nap. Clary, if you could identify and give us info about that thing she left for us.
Oh, yes. If anybody has anything that they picked up during your travels that you would like to be identified, I'm more than happy to do that now.
We didn't get to keep the gems, right? They got eaten by the doors.
One of them did.
I
Oh,
still have a gem.
but we have the rest of them? Oh, okay.
We have
You
one
guys
of
still have
those.
one.
We
'Cause
should
you skipped it.
Should probably give that to someone to open the other side.
What for?
If they're gonna go in the temple.
Why don't they just take one side?
I don't know. A lot of people gotta go through there.
Both
Yeah, we
doors
could-
went to the same place.
I mean, the key doesn't do us any good. We don't, unless we go back through and want to open it ourselves. Might as well.
We might need it for a different.
Sophia.
I thought we used the other one and got the other 2 people out to take them with us.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, you
he
did.
Yeah,
we
You
did.
did.
We did.
because he did
You
go
did.
back and use
Yes.
it. Never mind.
Never mind, we're good. Does anybody have anything that they picked up along the way, though, that they needed identified?
Not me.
You didn't give us anything to pick up.
That's not true. There was some stuff.
I got some platinum.
I think the
I don't have nothing.
I remember that nook, that hand lady.
Yeah, there was like a rod or something, or
Got
like
stuff.
a wand.
Yeah, I think she found everything that was in
Yeah.
there.
No, that wasn't her that pulled the stuff out of the nook.
She
so-
found the nook and got hit by the trap, and then said he picked up all the stuff in the nook.
Mhm.
So there was some kind of wand or
the Nick
something.
had some sort of armor and some sort of wand.
I have 240 gold written down. I don't know why.
240 gold? Yep.
Yeah,
That
you,
was in the
yes,
room.
you got that from the nook as well.
That wasn't from a room. That was from the room with all the notes in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and we have the barrel of flame-inducing stuff.
The alcohol stuff.
Mhm.
That-
It's
that's-
a cask of dragon's breath.
I believe that is in my bag of holding. I have it
Yeah.
noted as Mitnir's fiery alcohol. I have the
So
notes from the zombie
everyone-
temple. I have a pouch of meth.
Everyone
What?
had 48 gold.
Did you just say a pouch of meth?
Yeah,
That was probably the drug pouch you traded to the matron.
yeah. Well, I tried to give it to her and
Everyone
she
had
didn't want
48
it.
gold.
I gave her
Oh.
the love potions instead.
Did you say everyone gets 48 gold?
Yep.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 of us, including Cleary, right?
6 of you, including Cleary.
Very, yeah.
Yes. If you're not counting Destrin and the rest of their crew.
Well, I picked this up when Destrin and nobody else was in the room. It was just me and Cleary. So Cleary's the only one who knows that I have this. So I will wait for a moment when it's just the 6 of us together and Destrin and company are doing their own thing.
Yeah, they immediately left. They're like, all right, then we're gonna go find a place to rest ourselves until we arrive back at our spot, and we'll try to help get people out of here.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the help.
I'll probably do
no.
a short rest and
Trust me.
then work on my thing.
Should you need us, we'll be more than happy to help you out in one of the next cauldrons. We just need a break, and we need to prepare better. And then, yes, go ahead and spend as much time as you'd like before sleeping.
Everybody can take 13 platinum. Including Cleary, babe.
Including Cleary?
Unless he
Okay.
doesn't want it. He can have it, though.
Why would Cleary turn down money? 13 platinum?
And, yeah.
I'm less broke than I
Wait.
was.
13 platinum, and then how much gold was it?
48. So are we taking a long rest or just a short rest? What are we doing?
I imagine you're taking a long rest whenever you guys would like.
I would love to
meanwhile,
get a long rest.
Getting those things identified. Let me go look up a couple of these real quick.
I just realized how much money I have.
You never spend any.
Well, I wanted to give some to an orphanage. Did I ever do that?
Okay, so the
think so.
I don't remember.
I've been like holding on to it. It's burning a hole in my pocket.
the cask is 10 potions of fire breathing in a cask. It's a cask of fire breathing, so that's 10 uses of fire breathing.
10 uses. Nice.
Of a fire breathing potion. Let me go look at this particular armor real quick.
And I assume once those are all used up, it's done?
Yes.
Or does it replenish?
That when they're used up, it's done.
Okay.
Then we have
Might
a
as well
barrel to
just-
put other stuff in.
Might as well just add 10 fire breathing potions to your inventory.
Yeah.
I can do that.
All right.
That way you don't have to carry them in your bag.
Yeah, I'll take it out.
Yeah, so the leather armor is it's magical. That much I can determine. It appears to be better at protecting you than normal. It seems to be patchworked out of some sort of very strange materials, though. It's a bit spooky. Meanwhile, the last one seems to be electrically charged wand. And this is a wand of lightning bolts.
Wand of lightning bolts.
I mean, does Cleary want that?
Oh, I could, by all
Use
means.
that and save some spell slots, you know?
I would be more than happy to take this if that's the will of the group.
All yours if you want it, yeah.
Well, yes, I could throw lightning bolts around. That's a
Use
pretty
wands.
fun spell. Yeah, he can use wands.
This,
Who else could use one?
Who? What? Druids?
you have to attune to
can't?
any spellcaster can use a
Yeah.
wand, but you have to attune to it.
Yes, you have to
Oh.
tune to it.
So what was the deal with the armor? Is that an item I could look up?
It was level 1. 1 second. Or +1. Gotta get to the. Okay. It is a strangely woven together piece of armor, but realistically, it is just a piece of leather armor with a +1 AC.
Leather armor +1.
Yeah.
What am I currently wearing? Oh, I have.
But it is something to look at. It looks like it's sewn together with like pieces of different monsters, or some of the things they were experimenting with down in the temple.
I don't want it. Maybe Destron would like it though, if none of us
I
want
don't
it.
wear armor.
Well, so that's that. Meanwhile, and he spends time with this sort of drippy tar-like fracture, and he says, "It's unseelie in nature, fate touched, which is strange. That came out of a zombie, didn't it?"
Well,
Could have been put in a zombie.
yeah. The matron seemed to have left it with. She said she left something for us, right?
I
So
think she left us the zombie. I think that was her gift, not the thing that you got out of it.
Yes, that seems more likely. Question is, did she think that that thing would actually kill us? Because it wasn't that powerful. I mean, we took care of it very quickly.
could have been some kind of test, or maybe she really did.
I think it was just meant
She
to
left us
slow
a gift,
down.
so we killed it, and now we get this.
I think it was just meant to slow us down, to give her a head start.
It seemed like a lot of work to make something that weak. I feel like it was missing some key mechanic that made it more powerful.
I mean,
No idea.
Did she
She
make
put
it?
it together wrong.
Was it her
Perhaps.
that made it, or did someone else make it and she just let it out?
I
At
think we
this
have no
point,
way
I
to
don't know.
Definitely take some time to look over these notes.
Yeah,
If she was down here, perhaps they were hers.
someone was
Perhaps
down
they
there.
were somebody from long before.
We could always ask the people on the barge if she was always on the barge, or if she was gone for long periods of time.
I think if she didn't want them to know that she was gone, they wouldn't know she was gone.
I mean, you look in her hut and she's not there, you know she's gone.
Or she appears to be there, but is actually gone because she's a witch.
You're just assuming. We should ask.
No, we should definitely ask, but I don't quite trust anything we hear about her at this point. Alright, the fracture is and unsilly at that. I don't trust any of this.
And it's certainly right up your alley,
Yes,
city.
it would make me more powerful.
I mean, you're half Fae and you're the only one here that needs another fracture right now, so.
I can help
Are you sure the rest of us
guide you
have two?
through the process. I have the materials.
Do you think I should do this, Cleary?
That's entirely up to you.
The
I-
power is worth whatever trade-off. What it might take from me, or how it might alter me. But right now we need power more than we need anything else.
Asking me that question is... I can't answer that. I don't think anyone can answer that for anyone else. I think it's your choice, always. Whether you wish to pursue power or if you wish to stay yourself, I don't think there's any wrong answer. I think the further we go, down the path we've chosen so far, power is necessary, and I personally believe that soon it should be me as well that begins looking for a fracture to take in. Yes, I don't feel that I'm pulling my full weight, although this wand would certainly help.
You are definitely pulling your weight. God, we wouldn't have gotten through that last place without you.
Yes, but you're all taking on much more risk than I am. And
That's not true. But you're right, if you're part of this, and you think it's important, we should focus on making you more powerful as well, so that you can
Oh,
stand
no,
up.
I don't consider it anything to be focused on. I mean, if one comes along that seems to be sort of down my vein, which I'm not saying I want like a water one. I know you're all thinking, oh, Videlkin, there, semi-aquatic, let's do some. No, I'm thinking,
Well, you do a
How
lot
about
of
a
fire
fire
spells.
one?
Do you want a fire one?
You can at least identify it and see if you would want it.
I could take a look. I would need someone else to guide me. I can't guide myself into an awakening.
Just learn everything you can about them.
We can
Whether you
introduce
take them
you
out
to
and guide others,
Idrisma.
and then we can work on getting you fractures.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Actually, I'm sure Cinder can introduce you to Idrisma.
Well, I've met Idrisma in passing, headmaster and all, and I, being a prefect, dealt a lot with them. But,
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure there
helped
are.
us with most of our fractures.
true.
I'm sure there are other
Or
people
all
at
of
the college that.
I've personally been learning from a private tutor at the college. As I said, I would learn to guide and to become an awakener, and I have succeeded in the first part of that. I can't remove fractures yet, but I am confident I can awake them.
Should we do this now then, before I sleep?
Yes,
Do you need,
yes,
do you
that
need to
seems
rest
prudent.
first?
No, I should be fine. We just need a place that's quiet and dry.
Well, dry we can probably get on the barge. I don't know about quiet.
Can't you put up that sphere thing?
I think I am out of spell slots for that. Let me check.
Fine, then I'll do it myself.
Oh, you
like
have
the
one
dome?
too?
Yes, it'll take me a lot longer to set it up, but yes, I also have that spell.
Why
Ah,
don't we
well.
use where the matron's house was? There's nothing there now.
That's true. We could just set up.
So yeah, I'm fairly confident once I see spells nowadays that I can replicate them. Oh yeah, this is where the matron's spot was. Just go over there.
I mean, there's a blank space of something.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of structure there. More than what I showed, but it's also pretty dilapidated. But he's like, this could work well enough. It seems relatively flat. He's like, oh, right then. And then so he sort of sits down or begins casting the ritual and then activates Liam's study hut. And then it's sort of black on the outside. He's like, well, that sort of blocked the light out, said he. If you want to, well, I guess you were in when he did it. It's like, right, and if you just inform them that we'll join them whenever we're done with this and find respite if they want to go find a place to settle in for the night.
Well, we've got the dome for, what, 8 hours, so I'm probably just going to sleep here.
Well,
Unless you want
okay.
it for your... If you
No,
want some
that's
privacy,
perfectly
you can...
fine. I just think we should probably get some blankets or something. I don't have much that isn't soaked.
True, we did... Well, I can prestidigitate stuff dry, so, you know, I'll have...
Yes, but do you ever get rid of that salty scratchiness? It's... Magic only cleans so well, you know? It's like... It gets it clean, but it never gets it clean.
Theory needs his high thread count.
You like... Alright, yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying. Well, alright. I'll just, like, poke my head out of the dome to the rest of the group and be like, give us a bit of... When this is done, we'll... Or you can just go sleep wherever you want. I don't know. She'll go back in.
Anyone get any of that?
Mitnir just finds the closest, like, supporting, like, post and just kind of, like, puffs his scales up, kind of like a bird would, you know, for drying. Kind of does the same thing to let, you know, moisture out from between the scales and stuff, and just, like, boom, and just kind of sits down.
All right. So, does anybody have anything they would like to do before finding rest for the... I guess it's probably just a little into the afternoon right now. It's not nighttime for any chance, but you're all so damn tired. You've been up for at least a day. At least 24 hours.
I think I might only just do a short rest and then I'm gonna work.
short rest, and then you are going to work.
Yep.
Okay. Then you won't get level 10.
That's fine.
He'll get it when he takes a long nap.
Yeah, take it when you get it when you take a long nap.
You'd rather
So-
work than level up? I don't.
It's like in the
Who are you, and what have you done with any D&D player
you guys
ever?
are really tired. You're really
We're
tired.
probably gonna sleep for like 12 hours. You could
Yeah.
probably get some work in and a long rest.
Yeah, you can get some work in and then take a long rest if you want.
I don't
It's
know.
up to you.
Honestly, I don't think we have been up that long. Because we went to the temple in
Well, the
morning or
spellcasters
whatever.
are extremely tired.
Yeah, I know. You guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah. He has a point.
Alright.
We did take a long rest. And,
So as everybody else tries to find a place to get some rest, I will go ahead and say that if you're just taking a short rest, you can use some hit dice. Otherwise, just go ahead and give yourself, 8 hours of work, minus the hour you rest, so 7 hours of work on your device.
Yeah.
I don't know how close that gets you to the 24 hours I think that one needed, right? It was 24?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so 7 hours is a pretty solid chunk.
It's within 6 hours of completion.
Nice. So you spend the next 7 hours, and by the time you're done working, it's like... So it's about like 11 o'clock at night. Meanwhile, the rest of you, Seti, you go through what we've done off stream, get your fracture. Where's everybody resting? Mitnir's just sleeping on a post.
Yeah, well, I'm also guardy, right? You know, I
Yeah,
am
just
asleep,
sleeping with one
but-
eye open.
Yeah, but I'm right near the dome. Like they're
Right.
in there fine. I'm just off to the side.
because the dome, whenever Cleary casts it, you can decide what it looks like from the outside. It's opaque.
Yeah.
You can make it whatever color you want.
It's an opaque black dome.
Black, yeah. So like
Well,
there's
speaker
privacy
technically.
inside. Seti can sleep without,
Mm.
So yeah, I'll stay in the dome with my bedroll and stuff.
What about anybody else? I can say that you were inside if you wanted to be inside when it was created, so you can be inside the dome if you want to sleep there.
So it's probably already asleep somewhere.
Alright,
On the
so you just
floor.
fell asleep on some netting and a pile of fish. What about you? What about you, Propsy?
I guess I would have been in the sleep dome.
Okay, so as you are invited back in for the sleep dome, because Cleary can't leave, but Seti will poke her head out, and if you want to do that in character, you see Seti sort of pop out, and
Looks utterly exhausted. And just kind of gestures to anybody around and like, you guys can come in now if you want to sleep. And
as she does, you see these like black fingertips like come out of the portal, or not the portal, but out of the side of the black sphere as these black fingertips come out, followed by Seti's face, and you can see there's like almost like these long hooked nails.
she has like sort of claw nails, and they're like a solid inky black, and then the black extends like up her fingers, like the skin has turned.
I've seen this picture before.
I think 2 people in the new Critical Role campaign have similar fingers, so.
Yeah.
Looks like nothing's changed in my half awake state.
Yeah.
Right.
So she just kind of gestures and say, if anybody wants to spend the night in here with me and Cleary, you can. It's nice and cozy.
Do you guys want some privacy?
What? No, I mean, that's the point, right? Nobody can see in. Come on, enjoy it. Why are you laughing?
Is there anywhere else to lay that would also be good for sleeping?
I mean, you at your heart can perch pretty much anywhere and be comfortable. So you can sleep. You're used to sleeping in the woods, waiting for a young little celestial boy to come swinging around. Like you are used to just sleeping in the wilderness, so anywhere is fine for you. You have no qualms. But if you're looking for comfortable places, captain's chair looks like a nice perch. You can see there's some good netting that looks like it'd be nice to lay down in, sort of like catamaran style. Definitely wherever this
Put it
female
this way.
shark keeps bringing
If
people.
no one else is going into the sphere, I'm
Mhm.
not going in the sphere.
Okay.
Don't want to be that awkward third leg. Or
I'm not gonna intrude. Maybe
Fourth
they
wheel,
need to say
sure.
something.
Third, no.
Okay. So I'm going to just say that you can find yourself just a nice little place to nest, and some very actual nest-like nesting.
Seti pulls back into the dome and just nobody else wanted to come. Perhaps she thought it was really funny that I asked.
Maybe they hate us. I mean, I suspected. I didn't think that they hated you. I mean, I knew.
Do I snore?
Oh, no.
Do I fart a lot?
The normal amount.
Like, nobody's ever complained if they, I mean, they're all very polite, I guess, but you'd think if sleeping in the same room was a problem, somebody would have said something.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've seen people, the way these people sleep, they sleep right on top of each other. I saw Mitnir laying on top of Grim before.
If you guys look out, Mitnir's asleep with his head just like over the edge of like the walkway, just like.
It just looked like his neck snapped.
They can literally sleep anywhere, so like...
I think they hate us. Or at least me.
Oh my god, they can't hate you, Cleary. You're so nice. What's
Well-
to hate? I'm loud.
Everyone hates a rich person. It's
Yes, but you've given us
just
a lot of
ingrained in our
money, so you...
society.
Yes, we do not like rich people, generally speaking, but when they give us lots of money, then we like them. That's how the world works.
well,
So clearly nobody could hate you. I mean, Grim doesn't care about... Maybe Grim hates you because he doesn't care about money.
well, that's fine. I've lately been theorizing that Grim is in fact evil.
Wait, what?
I think he may actually be evil.
I mean,
I have my theories, but it's possible he is in the service of Northot. I haven't come to any concrete conclusions
I
yet.
need to hear all about this because I will admit that Grim gives me the willies sometimes, and now he's got those
Gives you the
tentacle
willies,
arms, and
doesn't
I don't
he?
know where those came
And what's
from.
with the pig? What's with the pig?
The pig is ridiculous.
What is his
I mean, I like a pig as much
the
as the next
enlargement
person.
of
but-
swine? What purpose could this possibly serve? He's a madman.
Well, see, he lost me with the zombies because, I mean, dead people generally not... I try to be open-minded, because
There's a
I'm
whole
not...
section of Selindor that's just full of undead. I can't judge him for that, but the pig thing, that's just cruel and unusual punishment. Well, not punishment.
Ernie does seem pretty happy,
Pet
though.
ownership. It's
Like, he's
it's
very
pet
well
abuse.
taken care of, and I think pigs love to eat, so Ernie's as happy as a pig could be, I think.
Well, it just seems inefficient. Like, the pig's going to require so much volume. Anyway, so this conversation just goes on for a while until you both get tired and fall asleep.
I'll probably check in on Lady Shark, see how her progress has been going on the other item.
She turns in and she says, "Oh, I've definitely made progress. Welcome back. I hear that you and your group have made quite a difference in the very short amount of time.
Yeah, we tend to do that.
Well, did you by any chance come back with any good leathers or skins that could be used for your device?
No, there's just undead stuff where we were, so not
Fair
the
enough.
best, materials there.
Well, the structure is something for you to handle, but I have finished the propulsions. So,
Great.
you should have these here. This is the tank. The rest is up to you for the skeletal to come in. And you said you had some sort of gear structure for retractability.
Yeah.
So that's it's in your hands now. But I can definitely adjust the materials once you have them and finish up. But you'll need to do the structure and get the materials for the wings yourself.
All right. I guess I'll just take all that with me then and work on it when I got the time.
Well, I mean, assuming that you don't wish to stay another night.
I think we're going to be leaving once everyone wakes up, so...
Oh, I see. Well, if that's how you wish to play it, that is fine. I'll be here if you change your mind.
She sort of pulls on her
He's just like,
bandages that she's got that cover her boobies. Just gonna pulls on them a little bit.
right, as I back out of the room.
All right. As the rest of you find rest for this evening, I gotta click some buttons real quick. Mitnir, you find yourself. Can we get a change in music, babe? Something a little bit.
Spooky?
Sure. Spooky's fine. That one that we hear all the time.
Yeah, it's our dungeon music.
Mitnir, you find yourself once again stepping onto the wet surface of this place that you've been so many times. This time, looking around, you see that a lot of the pillars have cracked. You begin making your way through. It's still icy all around. You can see that there is the light at the end, and even from this distance, you can sort of make out the draconic shape in the darkness beyond. Looking around into the darkness beyond all that, you can see that there are thick thorns that seem to be silhouetted in the distance, sort of surrounding everything and sort of caging the space in, almost making you feel claustrophobic. This area is like once open and almost looked to be pooled water that sort of went off infinitely in all directions, now seems to be closed in, caged. As you begin walking, you approach once again the blue light pulsing like a heartbeat.
Welcome back, child. It has been some time. I felt your disconnection, but it seems that you have returned to us once more.
It's been busy.
Yes, I have heard of shifting changes amongst the primordials. Are you at the heart of this, child?
We're changing the world whether we like it or not, it seems.
It is your birthright to be a world changer. How you choose to change the world is up to you. Seems that destiny calls you in ways it never called your predecessors, but know that I will be here to help you in any way that I can.
Kind of looks around like, but do I need to help you first?
What you choose to do within your own heart is your own. It pains me to see it dreary here in the holes, but this realm is your own. I can help you change it. If you have regrets, I can help you remove them. I can transform these influences into others, if you like. But know that the power that you have will be gone, and another will rise in its place. If ever you wish for this to happen, know that I will be here. But there is no pressure. I will not judge you.
Definitely liked this place more before. Looks at the thorns again.
It's gotten darker.
See, like, the statues of Dragonborn that led the way None of them are looking at you at all.
Yeah. None of our stories with this type of choices have ever gone well, have they?
Stories of your tribe. Some of them are based in reality. Many of them are just parables. Your lineage is far more complicated. However, you have freedom that your predecessors did not. You are your own entity. And if you seek power, power you have. If you seek purity, I can begin with one fracture to deceive. If that's what you wish.
I mean, he just kind of like ponders for a minute, just like, I mean, I need to protect my friends. But I was doing that before these silly rocks.
He's just looking at you, just breathing. You can see a little bit of like electricity and energy. It's almost like plasma, just sort of like rippling off of his breath.
Just, I mean, you kind of like stretches and just like thinking, like they make me feel strong. Like, what? What if I can't control them? What if I use them against my friends?
These are all reasons to worry. And I'm glad that you do worry. It means that you have a conscience and a heart. And corruption has not taken you. But I'm not here to influence your choices. I am simply here. Should you need.
Let's do it.
Takes a deep breath.
Then, which of your two fractures would you like changed?
The most recent one. The other one doesn't feel as strange.
Very well. To be the more difficult of the two to change.
Let me go find that one real quick and see. Okay.
If you need to, you can take your time on result.
From where I am, I could change it to a similar fracture by flipping the coin. Doing so would allow you to choose between two similarly powered abilities. It is up to you how you wish to take it. I'm just looking at the thing, I'm like, alright, that could work. But it would not have the power of the one you currently have.
I don't
It'd
need
be
it.
something much different. Very well. Do you wish to pursue the violence, the strength of this fracture, or do you wish to pursue the longevity it offers you?
The longer I can stand between our enemies and my friends, probably the better.
Very well. Then be purified. May the power of Baphomet be gone. and replaced by a more powerful entity. Let it burn into your soul. Let your horns be gone. Let your heart be more pure. Let your soul endure.
And as he breathes at you, there is a bright light, and you watch as the space around you burns away in this sort of high temperature plasma, just sort of like burns everything in the distance to nothing. All these big, like sort of like horn-like brambles just sort of like burst and immediately like ignite in this sort of, like it almost falls away into dust almost instantly. And as it does, you see stars beginning to appear in the distance and lighting the area. And as he looks at you, you sort of see this sort of bright celestial sky sort of take space.
The healing has begun.
Your new ability is called Enduring Star, and I will send it to you.
Just at least this doesn't feel like we're stuck in a box now.
Uh-huh. I haven't gotten a chance to look over this in a while, so let me know if anything doesn't make sense. And
Could the people long resting be leveling up right now? Or?
yes, you can level up. But I was going to do your
I mean,
other
they
stuff.
can do that while you do the dream stuff or whatever.
You can do level 10 while I'm doing this. Da, da, da.
I finally got Warcaster.
Nice. Meanwhile, Grim. Once again, you find yourself under a small layer of dirt. And as you sit up, just and begin looking around, just spitting up dirt and earth.
It's normal morning.
You look around and you find yourself looking up into these bioluminescent trees of mushrooms.
Oh, those are nice mushrooms. They're very nice.
This space is unrecognizable. You don't know if you've ever been here truly before. In the sky, you see a bright green star burning with tendrils sort of like flecking through the sky. And below that, you find yourself in this forest of just complete surrounded by these massive mushrooms. And for a moment, you feel very lonely. And then you hear a voice coming from all around you.
I must say, I am intrigued by you. It seems you have taken care of my spores well.
Yeah, that's what I do. I like the mushrooms.
You watch as from the like sort of stalk of one of these massive mushrooms, a face starts to stretch out of it.
Ooh, that's a weird kind of mushroom.
And as it does, you can see like it sort of has like these sort of stalks and tendrils pulling off of it.
You are still sane. I am so intrigued by you.
I mean, I thought I was sane until I just saw a face come out of a mushroom and talk to me.
Is that any way to treat your queen?
And where are you queen of?
She looks at you with a sound of disgust. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
26.
26. You feel something trying to force you to kneel, but you resist it.
You are still your own and not mine. I want you all the more.
I mean, I'm not really looking for, like, a romantic relationship right now. But maybe once I've settled down.
Romance is beyond our kind. We
Oh,
need
good.
it not.
I was worried that might be what you want, because the Grim
Oh,
is not all about that.
Not remotely interested.
It's kind
I
of gross.
find you intriguing as a champion.
Oh, okay. I am. The Grim has defeated many things. I would say I am a champion.
She sort of stretches back in and then starts stretching even larger out of another stalk from another side, and she begins twisting around you.
I have seen what you can become, and you intrigue me. I truly think that you should be my champion in that place.
Oh, are you going? What makes me? I don't know what words I'm trying to say.
You
What does being a champion
will
mean?
be my proxy.
Okay.
In all things within Selindor. Should I go to intervene, all my spores here would die, and that wretched acid slime will take it all over, burn it to nothing.
Well, we don't want the mushrooms to die. That would be terrible.
Twisting from another side. Now you see there's multiple faces now twisting around you.
You should work for me and do what I desire, yes.
I mean, what does Grim get out of it? I have things I have to do, It's just, I can't just go work for
The
it.
two vouchers I left for you will become more powerful should you accept.
I mean, okay, that's fine. If I get better mushrooms, that's a good deal. Mushrooms don't die. Like, that's the rules.
Good. Remember, you will serve as my proxy
Okay.
in the
Not really
matters
sure.
involving Selindor. Keep your ears open, and when I whisper to you, do as I bid. Speak as I bid. Your time in the outskirts of Selindor are near an end. And though I cannot enter that place, you will enter that place with the full authority of Zagtamai.
Okay. Sounds good. Nice to meet you.
When others ask who you are, tell them you are my champion.
We'll do that.
Good. Well, then. Grow well, my spore.
Okay, goodbye. Can you spell her name for me, actually?
Zuggtmoy.
Yeah, hold on. I'll look it up.
Sure. What happened?
Wait, what happened? What?
Oh, okay. I just saw notices.
Oh,
And then you find yourself falling deeper into sleep.
that's like me.
Good, that went really well. She didn't even have to threaten you that much. Is Bropsy gone at the moment?
He did say BRB and hasn't said back yet.
I will be back in a moment.
Okay, we'll do SETI real quick. SETI.
Yeah.
You find yourself in... One second. I gotta read this over because apparently I did something very wrong when reading this before.
A blackened dome cuddled up with clear.
No, you find yourself waking and looking forward in a dark space, and all you see is a cauldron. Not like the cauldrons you've been in and out, which are more like bowls, but this is an actual, honest-to-God, black iron cauldron covered in gold scrollwork. It
Like the one we
sits
get the soup
in a
out of?
blue grass field, but nothing else seems to be around it except for a sort of thick wood with sort of a sickly green light coming from all directions.
Hello, matron.
Hello, dear.
Well,
I just came to impart a vision. Should you try to turn away, know that you will not catch me if you do not pursue me.
what does that mean? You went east and you want us to come east?
Oh dear. Look into the cauldron, and you shall see where it is I go.
If you want me to follow you, you might want to be more clear about what kind of game you're playing.
It is a race, dear. A race to see who can collect the pieces of the key first.
I'll
Look into the cauldron.
As you look into the cauldron, what you look down on is ice floating in a bowl. And yet, the way that it moves and the scale of it, and just the sheer lack of heat, the sheer coldness of it, makes you sort of like pull your fingers back in pain. And it's like looking at the black tips you're not used to yet actually made you feel like you have frostbite for a moment. And you can see that there are sort of rings, 3 rings, almost like a target. In the center, it's almost solid ice rising with a sort of pillar, like a mountain in the center. Beyond that are drifting large icebergs and land masses. Beyond that, sort of scattered ice upon an icy sea. Each of these 3 sections is kind of well defined. And she says,
Meet me in the heart, dear. Should you be late, then I shall take the teeth for myself.
What, you're not going to take them if I get there and meet you there?
Such is the way, dear. Don't be late.
I don't like making bargains or promises or deals of any kind with people I don't understand. Do
she
your
sort of
cryptic...
You sort of feel her like sort of creeping along the back of your shoulder. Whatever this entity is now crawling around you feels so much more intense than the one that you've seen around Selindor. It feels bigger. It feels more powerful. She says,
I know you're not what you present.
You have no choice but to make deals with those you do not understand, for you understand nothing.
Yes, very clever. You could level a little bit.
make a persuasion check. See if you can beat a 30.
Well, it's not outside the realm of possibility. If I roll a natural 20, which I did not, I got 25.
25. She says,
I'll give you one little hint, dear. The first thought that was ever had wants to open the door. The question is, do you trust the first thought?
Not a lick.
Think about that, and perhaps some other future dream will talk more. But till then, you must play my game. Sleep well, dear. Sleep well.
Not likely.
you are forced to sleep well.
God damn it.
Propsy.
Yes. me. Hello.
You open your eyes.
Yes.
And you look around. It's bright. Almost blindingly so. Beneath you are fluffy, fluffy clouds. Although they should just be regular clouds, they seem to be substantial enough to stand on. And there's nothing, anything, except for bright light in all directions.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the bright light seems subside ever so slightly enough for you to make out round, floating stars.
Mm-hmm.
Although with their proximity, maybe suns.
Mm-hmm.
Moving about very slowly, drifting in this space. Almost trapped in the middle of the day. Begins to almost hurt. You hear from almost seemingly nowhere.
What is she doing in this place? I don't know. How did you get so high? How are your wings clipped? That's strange. What kind of creature are you?
Hello?
Hello,
there?
child. How did you make it to the peak?
I'm not sure.
She is not pure. Well, she's here, isn't she? I do not sense purity from her. She is tainted. She has not gone through the tests. Well, what should we do? Cast her back down? Perhaps we ask her. Speak, child.
Hello? I'm Dropsy.
It still has a name. Cast it out! It has not been burned of its mortal cares.
And then you hear, you will cast out nothing. And you see a familiar figure standing next to you with 6 wings on each side, clad in armor, carrying a large sword. She plants it into the clouds around you. She looks down at you for a second and she says, how very curious you are. And looks out and around. This one is under my protection.
And how did she cross the bridge? Did you allow her?
I did not. That's it. She is under my protection. Have you no shame? Your one job is to keep others from making it here. She sort of straightens up. She will not remain here. But neither shall you pass your judgment. And then you see and you feel heat emanating from all around you, as if these suns are burning hotter in response and in rage. And then you hear, enough, once again. And this one coming from your own breath, and you can feel yourself speaking as Zephyros speaks through you.
Oh.
Back down, haughty children.
And then your eyes open as you wake up. So.
Damn, I didn't get to do anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect you to do much of anything. There wasn't much to do. You were just kind of there going, oh, what the fuck? And that's perfect.
Well, if I had a chance, I wanted to say, like, please, I don't want to start a fight.
Okay, you can say
I
stuff.
don't want to offend anyone. That's fine.
They were just talking over you because they're rude. Like you actually felt like every time you tried to talk, you felt like they were just like, let her talk. No, she can't talk. Like it was just this kind of like bombardment the whole way around. And then you open your eyes and you look out and you see that it is still about midnight. Like the stars are still out. You can see the fake moon in the sky. And with that, we will go ahead and take our break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys, while everybody finalizes their level 10 changes. And we decide what we're going to do the rest of our adventures. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. And we're back, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. And let's just get straight back to it. Seti, when you wake up, you look over and you see Cleary feverishly, well, not feverishly, just drawing in his notepad, his sketchbook.
Oh, hey.
Oh, good morning.
Did you
Morning.
get... Oh, man. I actually feel really well rested, which kind of pisses me off. I had the matron came and visited and was a real bitch.
Well, that is, I guess, the risk we run.
Yeah.
Absorbing factors from individuals.
Yeah, I guess
we know specifically it was from her.
Yes, and I had an interesting conversation with Lady Hyacinth, sort of. Confirmed that time does move faster in the cauldrons. And I've already forgotten what else. How did you sleep?
Fine. It was enlightening. Ooh, speaking of which, and he rolls up the piece of paper he's working on and he hands it to you. He says, this is in case we get separated. And you have the need. This is a scroll of comprehend languages. I can make these now.
That's really nice of you. I actually, I think I figured out, watching you do it, a little bit of a song I can do, and now I actually can do that now.
Oh, right.
But I can use this and not use a spell slot.
Sure. That's fine. Well, you can...
Or you can use it and not use a spell slot.
Well, it lasts 24 hours and then it vanishes, but... Yes, yeah. I'll hold on to it then. At least then I won't... it'll happen faster. It doesn't take 10 minutes to prepare it with this way. It's instantaneous, so I guess in a pinch I can read all the languages real fast.
That's really cool, actually, to save time. Yeah, because you don't always want to spend 10 minutes when you're in the middle of a life or death kind of dungeon surrounded by zombies and stuff.
That's true. Well,
that's really nifty.
Good on you. Good morning. The entire sphere collapses and he just starts walking.
Wow, I would have maybe like to freshen up first, but okay.
Sudden sunlight.
But he's like very
I'm
quickly
gonna say that
brushing her hair.
Actual dawn. You slept like 12 hours or more.
The dawn would have been gone.
Yeah, it only lasts 8 hours.
Oh, well, then there you go. Then it's the middle of the night.
True.
Pitch black.
I went to bed in the afternoon.
Yes, it's the middle of the night.
It's not morning, Cleary.
So I guess I got more.
But my spell's over.
Then. If they did 12 hours, then I got.
No, they haven't done 12 hours. It's the middle of the night because the thing just collapsed. So you've gotten your normal hours, and it's the middle of the night right now.
Well, if Cleary's rushing off in a huff or whatever.
Well, he's not in a huff. He just walks over. He's like, walks straight over to Mitnir, and he's just like, oh, hey, Mitnir.
Mitnir just lifts his head up and like sits up, like head rush.
I know it's not quite morning yet, but you know, I think we've all rested our usual sleeping times. Personally, I'm ready to get cracking. Things to do and all that.
Right. Do we know where we're going yet?
Looking around, you guys see that you are currently softly docked, not quite docked, to the gap. As the Biting Barge is close enough to it to be more or less attached, but it is in shambles. Pretty much everything, like a lot of the buildings have been overturned. Other ones are just currently being built back where the way they were. A lot of the bridges that are connecting all the docks have just shifted. It's a mess.
Oops.
Is it active right now, or is it like nighttime? Everyone's like asleep type thing.
Oh, it's active because this is the kind of place that is active day and night. But not more with like rowdy crowds or people just trying to like get the basics of buildings stable, where they haven't actually done that yet, where they can't rest until they have a home to be in. So it's not active.
Well, if everyone's leaving, then I guess it doesn't matter too much if their homes are in shambles.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, good morning, all, or night, evening? No.
Yeah.
Good
Or do
midnight.
you like have all your stuff out?
Hi.
I've probably packed it all away since everyone's getting up.
Yeah. So as you start to get out, you see he's just packing away all these like crazy contraptions and springs and doodads.
I think as everyone gathers, there's like a noticeable sort of like awkwardness coming from Seti, like a sort of suspicion, especially towards Grim after the gossiping with Cleary last night. So there's a little bit of a sort of vibe of like she feels like y'all are all hiding something.
I mean, I guess technically Mintnir went through a costume change also.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, your horns, whatever
the
your
horns would be
horns
gone.
that had grown are gone.
Did you shave?
I didn't even think about that. But it's honestly up to you what kind of change you would like. If you
No,
want any
just-
physical changes to have happened
Oh.
otherwise. Otherwise, your scales will.
Oh
be
my
more
god, you
luminescent.
also have black fingers?
No, I'd say like the horns are gone, so like head shape's back to like what it was before.
Mhm.
But I guess like with I guess with the change to that, I guess like the white edges of the scales, like those white highlights,
Mhm.
look a little more like not transparent, but like luminescent. Like they don't
Yeah.
glow, but they seem just
A little more
brighter
metallic.
somehow. Yeah.
Or, yeah, let's say that sort of white has turned into something a little bit more pearlescent as opposed to just like cold and frosted tips. It looks like he's got like a sort of white metallic to the tip of his scales.
Oh, hey, Horn Buddy. Not Horn Buddies anymore.
Shit.
How'd you do that? I want to get rid of mine. They don't really
Uh,
work here, you know?
I went to sleep.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe I should have.
I mean, it could be a thing, right? You sleep here and they just fall off.
Maybe.
Did anyone else have anything fall off?
Well, I got these. I got.
She's like, stop reminding me!
We're all getting things
Fingers?
falling off.
You got fingers?
Well, they weren't black before. But the matron came to see me in my sleep. And was being, kind of cryptic and witchy, lurking in some dark, misty green woods, cackling in the distance. I mean, it's so stereotypical. But she did say it seemed very important to her that we had to meet her at the next cauldron or something bad was going to happen. But I don't exactly trust her anyway, so I don't know if I should believe that. She also said that the first thought wants the door to open. And if we trust the first thought, then we should want that too, but I don't know if we trust the first thought. I'm pretty sure that's the headmaster, right? The prime thought is from the school, sort of.
I mean, the fracture that Bropsy got was from the first breath, so would the first thought not be like a primordial?
Well, and who's to say that's not the headmaster?
Maybe it's Agar. Maybe Agar is the first thought.
Well, we know North Thought is after the primordials to
Yes.
consume them and get their power or whatever, so I
Yes.
doubt the headmaster would be one of those, because they can't exist in Selindor.
Well,
If they were in Selindor, North Thought would have them. You know what I mean?
Didn't everyone say they just didn't exist in the first place?
Yeah,
Because most people have never met one.
I think the first thought might be powerful enough to eke by under the radar or work with Northought. I don't think any of us could claim to or even pretend to understand what the primordials might be thinking. They might not all be of the same mind.
Well, if you're operating under the concept that they can't exist within Selindor itself, I believe you're absolutely right. In the current form, no larger entity seems to be present in Selindor, and yet all these large, powerful people we run into seem to be associated with them. Maybe they're here in disguise, or maybe they can't manifest here properly. The tower itself is not unlike a ruin around Selindor. It's been here nearly since the beginning. Perhaps the tower itself is its own pocket dimension.
Possible. I just don't know how much of a hiding place that would be, because the primordial we met was deep inside a multi-level dungeon that had puzzles and all kinds of stuff even to get to it.
There could be
No one
something
had
to be
ever
said
gotten
about
one
hiding in
before us.
plain sight.
And you remember the inside of that tower?
There could be a lot of magic there to keep
It's
the identity
complex.
hidden.
But you're not wrong either. The other primordials were hidden behind large amounts of firewalls, and we've gone through an entire one of these microcosm worlds and still haven't actually found a primordial down here.
Yeah,
There have been
so
individuals
found
locked
Ager.
there for thousands of years. Exactly. Ego, we haven't found anything. There are so many possibilities, it's staggering.
I suppose.
How do we don't even, maybe Ager is the first thought. We don't know. Maybe he wants the door open so he can get out.
I've been trying
Pretty
to
sure
think.
thought was a thing that came up in one of the words on the puzzle.
Well, yes, but so did touch and taste and.
I know, but thought seemed to have been associated with one of the elements. Perhaps that's the tie-in.
It was water, wasn't it?
Was it?
Let me
Yeah.
check my
It was-
notes. I actually wrote these down and then I crossed
What
them all
element
out.
did we use for thought?
Thought is air, which is not. We already know that's not true.
Never mind. I think we did water at first and got it wrong.
Yeah, thought is.
Well, that's-
thought was air.
I don't know.
How about we just go find them and ask?
Clary just turns and looks at Bropsy. Do you want to open the lock?
I am not Zephyros, and he's a bit preoccupied right now, so I don't think I can even ask him.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that that's not on the agenda. For at least Bropsy.
I think whatever is locked, we should open it because the good stuff's always behind the locked things.
That's not true at all, Mitnir. That's not true at all. Sometimes
Just
Have
looks
you
at
ever
you.
heard of Pandora's chest? Like, sometimes it's a bad idea.
bad stuff gets locked away all the time. That's why it gets locked away, so nobody can get into the bad stuff.
Isn't the thing Northoug's trying to free locked away
Yeah.
or something?
It's you all know more about that than I do, and from the jumbled information that I've gleaned from all of you, yes.
Well, we know he's trying to release some entity from the far realm or something.
Right, the dreamer, the blind idiot god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cryptic indeed. Well, more importantly, I think we should probably figure out where it is we'd like to go.
We have to figure out where we're going, and it's just that
how would we
question
get
of.
there?
I think Oren had a pretty good point that if we go opposite of where the matron went, we can get whatever is in the other cauldron before she does. On the other hand, they have a way of.
Trying to trick it. What if she wants us to not do what she wants us to do. Maybe
That's the problem. Everything
we can think about what she wants.
Well, what do we want? Do we
Crush
want
your
to go
skull!
I want
to
to.
What?
Oh, I want to fight. I always want to fight, though.
I want
Well,
to
he wants
beat
to
her.
fight.
I want to beat her to the punch, because I think maybe we should go the opposite way and get whatever's there before she does, and then we have it and she doesn't. And the thing I'm worried about is that the second she realizes we're not following her, she'll just wind up beating us to the other one anyway.
I think we should probably decide. Weren't we also concerned which one the Sea Swan? What were those nerds called?
Chosen.
I'm sorry, did Cleary just say nerds?
Yeah.
The virtues.
I believe he did. Well, that was funny.
Nerd recognizes nerd.
Okay, right. So the Sea Swan chosen.
The
No, I thought you were the chosen.
We're
We're
the.
the
I'm
chosen.
still
They're the
Mitmir.
virtues.
Then they are the virtues.
Man, this is why I don't like random underwater cults. It's hard to
they've
keep
just
track
given
of.
us these stupid names. We're New Death. You know who we are.
Right. Well, the other group we came down here with, is it important we go the same direction or a different direction than them?
They also told us to go the different direction from them, but we're not entire. I think they went east, which is probably where the matron went. I'm going to send a message to
Wait,
you.
in that case, do we want to leave them with the matron?
Not really,
They-
but
You said they were hiding, though.
well, at some
Yeah,
point
let's
they
not
have to
get
take
into
care of
that.
themselves. Like we have a world to save, and I don't.
Maybe we should just go east so we can save those idiots and finish that cauldron.
I do
I
feel
believe that we were
responsible
told
for
by
that.
the big spiky tooth captain they went southeast.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
still in eastward direction.
yeah.
Right.
I'm
Well, I guess
going to
one way or
send-
another we're going east.
Let me check. I'm going to send a message to Hugh. Is where you are icy? With Ice Mountain at center? If so, Matron is there. Possibly doing bad stuff. Can y'all handle it? Be concise. I don't know if that was 25, but
It's
Fine.
close, I think.
There's a moment and then you see we are not in ice. We are currently hiding from very large sea monsters. This place is a hellscape. It's probably best you don't come. But we can handle ourselves.
alright, so they're not in the same place the matron is, because I'm pretty sure the matron is in the ice place. Or at least that's what she wanted me to think. Jesus Christ. They're surrounded by sea monsters and they're hiding, but they think they can handle themselves. So I think we just have to let them fend for themselves and figure it out.
And I don't want my boat to get eaten by a sea monster.
Yeah, and at least until we get a handle on what else is happening on the larger chessboard.
No, I don't want it getting eaten by a sea monster after that either.
Well, yes, Grim, either way.
If nothing else, we fight the matron, we win, we take the stuff, we go pick them up later. Problem solved.
Well, the problem right now is we don't know where to go.
Northwest. They said they don't need help and it's not full of ice.
Her house went east, so we should assume that is also where the other one is.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sail around the circumference of the bowl anyway, so.
I think it's important that we decide if we want to try to commission a ship. If we want to
commission a ship.
Do we want to just row?
Rowing will take a while.
You don't like rowing at all. You're lazy. We could ask. What's her name? What's the lady's name?
Well, we could maybe find a way to polymorph somebody into a whale or something, and then they could pull everyone else along on the boat.
Would I be allowed to turn into a whale?
Have you seen a whale?
Has anybody here seen a whale? Because you can't polymorph anybody into a whale either.
What have I seen at the goddamn zoo? They had an entire zoo
It's
of
not
things.
an aquarium. It's a zoo.
Well, what did they have? Because I learned like 2 things when I was there.
Because you were only there for a few days.
Sandy,
I want to go back. I want to take an entire tour.
Sandy has seen a whale because it was like a whale.
Can I turn
carrier
into the
that
baby
they rode in.
kraken if it's just for mechanics and it doesn't have to look cool?
You can't turn into a baby kraken for functional.
Baby kraken would probably be better than a whale because he could hang on to the boat with some tentacles and then move with the rest.
Oh.
If it was a whale, we'd have to create some kind of rope.
We made friends with that baby.
Mm-hmm.
That was more than just seeing it.
And it got murdered.
Yep.
And then I've practiced.
So how do you guys want to do this? So do you want to? I'm just waiting for you guys to decide what you do. Tell me what you do and do it.
All right. Well, first things first. I'm going to go not waste any spell slots, but since we're in the gap, let's divide and conquer, shall we? Anybody who needs supplies or potions, go find them. We have money now. Get whatever you think you might need for whatever crazy shit could happen in the next cauldron or two. I'm going to go talk to people and make sure the evacuation is going okay, and maybe arrange for somebody to take us to the eastern edge. And if they can't, then we'll maybe polymorph somebody into a baby kraken to pull Grim's boat.
Well,
Alright?
I could probably be ashamed of that.
It's a monstrosity, though. It's not a beast. It's very high, but it's also not a beast. It's a monstrosity.
I know, which is why it was not for combat.
Right.
Just
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess it doesn't have to be like a kraken. It could just be a giant squid.
Yep.
All right. And break.
technically, I think I have a giant squid because I think that's what I turned into when we were meeting the kraken.
I do recall a squid.
You turned into a giant octopus when you met the kraken.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay. I mean,
You demanded that there was an octopus in this zoo. So,
octopi are cool.
all right. So, who needs to go shopping? Does anybody need to buy anything? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I will buy potions.
Okay.
I
Regular health potions are 50 gold. When we go above that, we get into higher pricing. So
Yes, higher. I want big boys.
Ooh, gold. You guys will find, talking to people, that gold and silver and copper have value right now because there are rumors going around that they can exit the cauldron.
Ooh.
And a lot of people don't deal in that anymore.
So they would like
and
to
could
get
really
some
use
gold.
currency. So your money will go a little bit further than normal. So we're gonna be buying greater healing potions for only 150 gold.
I will take one.
How many they got?
Make me investigation check. I'll tell you how many you could, because they're not like there's not a central shop.
Someone
right now.
roll for me.
What is she rolling?
Investigation.
Okay. I'm curious if people are looking to maybe trade Aquam for money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need more Aquam. Investigation. Okay. 12.
12. you find that they have. You get your hands on 6. Up to 6. Greater healing potions.
I know
Okay.
Cleary has a sketchbook, so he's pretty much always got
900?
paper on him. But
150 per bottle.
Mm-hmm. What kind of healing are those?
Greater.
Okay. Those are 44?
44 plus 4.
Okay, cool.
would I perchance be able to find basically just like sheets of paper, like parchment?
Make an investigation check.
24.
24. Yes, you find some. It's not clean. It's not like super pristine, but it will work for what you need it for.
Okay. How much?
There should be a thing for it. How much do you need? Like, what are you looking for? Are you trying to do this for any spell stuff or anything like that? Or is it
no,
just
just like a couple of decent sized sheets.
Okay, yeah, for something like that, I would say maybe like 5 silver for like a pack, like a ream.
Okay, of like 5
Just
sheets.
like paper. Probably about 20 sheets.
5 silver for 20 sheets?
Yep.
Okay.
Want me to roll anything for the Aquam to money exchange? Wants to
Well,
trade up?
the normal exchange rate is going to stand, which is 1 aquam to 1 platinum.
Damn.
10 gold per aquam piece.
Hoping to get
Just gonna
some on
sit
the
and make a
cheap.
potion.
I am willing to part with my platinum if you really want your aquam.
No, I was hoping to get it on the cheap because they wanted to get money.
You can attempt to make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Guidance ain't gonna matter. I got a 6.
Got a 6. Yeah, nobody's buying what you're selling. Like, are you trying to take advantage of us in these hard times? Yeah, no. I'm just going to cut that whole scene short, which probably
not
involves
really. I mean,
him going up there being like, "You're not going to need that anymore."
the only place Aquam is used is Coral Weave. If you're not gonna be living there, it's useless to you.
Oh no, Aquam's super valuable because it can do anything.
We just didn't learn about it until we went to Coral Reef.
Yeah, these guys have been here for a while. They know the value of Aquam. It's just they didn't have a value for any of that other stuff. They're like, I don't give a shit about this because why do I need gold? I don't need it.
All right. Okay. I'm good.
All right, cool. Is that it? You guys done shopping?
I
He's
guess while
making a
they're
potion. That's what I'm doing.
You're making a potion?
I rolled an 18 from my alchemist list. Yeah, the mysterious plant trimmings that I picked up.
Oh, you
from
just
the tip. I'm just
Are
gonna
you
make
just-
them into a potion.
okay. Are you using any other ingredients or?
Sure. I'll throw in that blue ichor I made. I got 2.
Yeah, so you got blue ichor and then the mysterious plant clippings. Where were these plant clippings? Those were inside the
That's in
temple,
the
right?
temple. Yeah, they're just like these pretty
Oh
plants.
yeah. So you rolled a what?
18.
What kind of water did you use?
I don't know. Probably some seawater.
Yeah, you've got this sort of like light,
Like a child making a mud pie.
so like aquamarine color, like a liquid that sort of has like a light pulse to it, and just say that you've put mysterious potion in your.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
I guess while he's doing that and everyone else was shopping, Mitnir's just asking random people if they've seen Baba Yaga's hut, walk by.
Baba Yaga's hut walk by.
Like a walking
Yeah.
house.
House with chicken legs go by chance?
The first guy you asked looks at you with such an incredulous look. It pretty much tells you everything you need to know.
He's like, That's fine. He just goes on to the next
You say
person.
it to him, he just goes. Just keeps walking. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a walking house? Fuck off!
Yeah. If he gets that response again, he throws the person into the water and just keeps walking.
Just immediately throw a person in the water. Okay. So, assuming everybody's gotten everything that they need.
I will give one of the potions to Seppi since she used one on me.
Oh, that's okay. I bought. I'm good. I have 5,
okay.
so
Oh, okay.
thank you though.
You haven't? Have you added any of those to your inventory yet, Popsy?
I have not.
All right, I can add them.
How much were you buying?
I'm just gonna go ahead and buy all 6 since they're on a deal.
Ooh. So that should be
900.
900 if my math right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Money.
We're always gonna need them.
I was gonna need potions.
Deduct 900. You
Alrighty.
now have 9 greater healing potions.
Sweet.
I didn't even know I had it. Okay,
You
cool.
had 3 already.
Well, now I don't have to treat them like a precious resource and always be scared to use them.
They're still precious.
They're precious.
Less precious.
But what's more precious is people's lives. So
Yes.
Except for he gets rerolls.
yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could just let die a few more times, you think. What's the worst that can happen?
You're like
My son dies?
no.
Nah.
Minier's working theory. You're like a cat. You got 7 more to go. It's fine.
No, he's already died
I
7
used up
times.
like 7 or 8 lives already.
He's died a lot of times. That's pretty great. All right, so once the shopping is done, what is your next order of business? You said let's divide and conquer, so I assume that you're all able to find each other once again.
Well, part of
book
my divide and
passage.
conquer. Go ahead, Orin.
Well, you said you wanted a book passage with a ship.
Yeah, so part of my divide and conquer was grab a potion, but then go find the Jabiru.
Okay,
If
yeah,
they're-
so you
if
go
they're
find
still
the
around.
Jeffrey. They're still in dock.
Yeah.
Their ship looks to not have sustained any real damage during the shift. Apparently, they were not close enough to anything else to have gotten that much more damaged. And as you approach the ship, you hear, "Oh God, what did that guy sound like?"
Hi, it's me again.
Hey, welcome back.
How's the progress on the ship? Is it good to go places?
You know, we got her up sailing. She can sail up a pretty good storm there, but can't fly yet.
Well, sailing's good. That's something. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we got her ship seaworthy.
Well, about that, I had a brief conversation with your captain yesterday about, well, I say yesterday, anyway, about maybe getting people off the island and stuff.
Yeah. Captain started telling us around, telling them about what to do and all that. So
Yeah, I did
I
have
think we can probably get everybody ready to go.
I did have 2 updates about that. One is the virtues are no longer in this cauldron anyway, so don't worry about the virtues.
Oh no, we barely looked for them.
Yeah, I figured, but you know. Secondly, we actually need to go to the eastern side of the cauldron, and we're looking for a nice, fast ship to take us there as soon as possible. If y'all are up to the task, that'd be great. If not, maybe you could recommend somebody who could take us.
Well, it's not that we're always up for some work, and it'll be a while before we get flying anyways. I think we could probably work on it while we're still sailing. What you think about that, Krug? Yeah, I can work while we sail. He says we can work while we sail.
Oh, excellent. And how soon can you leave?
Well, first of all, we're supposed to talk about men and all that.
About what?
We're not going to be doing this for free.
Oh, no, yeah, payment, of course. Well,
So if you want to hire yourself a ship, there'll be no final one, especially once we get airborne. Take about a week.
well, we need to
Right,
leave.
crew? About a week.
We need to leave as soon as possible. If you can just take us across the water, that would be fine. And whatever price you name, I'm sure.
Oh, what name, price? Or some wrong accent.
I'm sure it'll be perfectly reasonable.
Right then. Well, we'll just go talk to the captain now.
All right.
And he knocks on her door and says,
Hey, Captain, looking like those fellers are back, wanting to. they want us to sail into another cauldron.
well, the east side of the island. They want us to sail to the east side of the cauldron. She pokes her head out. She's like, yeah, right. Sure. How much? How much did they offer?
They said we didn't name our price.
Well, fuck, that doesn't happen often. 1,000 gold.
I said reasonable.
Oh, I mean, I thought we were talking about. Fine, 500. If you want to hire us to be your, who knows how far this is gonna go. If you
Well,
want us to be your ship, then I think that's fair.
Here is my proposal: that you sail us out to the eastern side of the cauldron, close enough to whatever's out there that we can get there on our own little, jolly boat sort of thing. And then you can come straight back here and continue your life. So it'll be a short trip, depending on how fast your vessel is.
Okay, I mean, if you just want us for a short stint, I think we can do it for 100.
Platinum is 10 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100 gold they're asking for, not 100 platinum.
Well, I'm trying to see if I have 100 gold.
Like
10 platinum is 100 gold.
Yes, we can do.
Well, we can do that. It's just that this is still during a time where we could be helping all these people. We're taking ourselves away, where we could probably get plenty of charters, taking people across the other side of the island, making all sorts of money or trade goods. I'm just saying.
No, that's true. And honestly, I mean, we have another idea, and it might sound crazy, but we thought maybe one of us could become a giant octopus and push our boat along so that we get there faster than if we were rowing.
Fair enough. You could also just promise to split some of your spoils if you're going to be going around making a whole bunch of money.
Well, I don't know if there's going to be money in it, but, sometimes money finds a way into our hands. I'm just going to get in the ring, and I'm going to be like, they want 100 gold to take us out to the eastern side. Is it worth it, or should one of us just be an octopus?
Oh, that seems perfectly cheap.
Cleary still doesn't have a ring.
Cleary doesn't have a ring. He doesn't say anything. But he's like standing. He's. Yeah. He's just like.
Charge him 100 gold to use the exit.
100 gold's fine.
All right.
I can
then
do the 100.
You guys should all come to the Jobberoo as soon as you're all settled, and then I think we can leave fairly shortly. And I'll give them 10 platinum.
All right. Cool. So this is the one-way trip. We're taking you out there, potentially dumping you in the middle of the ocean and sailing back. All right. 100 gold. Hoist the mainsails! And you watch as they start inflating what looks to be like a blimp that sort of goes up in front instead of the other thing. Like, get that rigging up! And they begin, inflating a balloon. And it sort of begins to lift the ship lightly out of the water, but just enough that they can sort of steer it a little bit. And then you see she begins gesturing in front of herself, and there's a small sail that just lifts up on the underneath, and she begins creating wind. behind it
Oh,
and begins
nice.
moving the ship.
Well, let's see everybody get aboard first.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
when everybody's aboard.
Oh!
Man, I had nothing else to do.
Shit. As part of my... Before this... Before we leave, while I'm waiting for everybody to show up, I want to go and try to find Destrid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And just...
Destrin is in her little hovel with her guys, and they're taking a nap, probably, when you find them.
Oh. Hi, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your sleep. I know it's the middle of the night. Hello.
Oh, yes. Oh, wonderful. Hi.
Hi. Sorry. I just wanted to check in. We're going to leave very quickly to the next
Cool.
cauldron. So I just wanted...
Good luck.
Yes, okay. And then here, just a little bit of what I found in the thing, and I'll toss her 2 platinum.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
you did the work, you share in the spoils.
No, that's... Thank you for remembering us.
To be perfectly honest, I almost forgot, but
Hey, it's fine. We're gonna get one of these guys to enchant us something that allows me to breathe underwater so we can get out of here and get back to our guild.
nice.
It was actually nice working with you.
It was actually.
I know
really
Gumball
appreciate.
got along with you all very well.
I appreciate the skill set and the company as well, and maybe someday you can teach me more about those stupid traps.
Well, maybe someday, if you're in need and we're around, maybe we'll help you with something. I don't know.
I could always hire you for your assistance because, yeah, I clearly have a lot to learn, but I appreciate it. Y'all take care. And wish us
Later.
luck!
Nope.
Okay, now we can leave.
Once everybody's on the ship, the Jabiru will set sail and begin going around east. This is going to take at least a day to make it all the way across there.
Plenty of time for me to finish my thing.
I was gonna ask
so we get another long rest.
Well, I was gonna say which waterfall's closest.
Well, that's the thing, is from this angle you can't really tell.
Well, no,
So-
but I would have thought that everyone else would have noticed like the water flowing off the edges type thing.
Oh, yeah. Based on what it is, it's basically, they're both to the east on either side of the face. So there's one that is southeast and one that is northeast.
Gotcha. So same.
So the
distance,
southeast would be
essentially.
closest one.
Right. Okay. I was just curious.
But the way that you can go around the island, by the time, like, it's not that huge of a difference. By the
So,
time you straighten out around the island.
okay, so let me get this straight. Both of the exits to the other cauldrons are
On the east side.
on the east side, and they're
Mhm.
split like this, and the house was
Mhm.
going directly east, like down the middle of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it could go to either one.
She
Well,
could have gone
fuck
to either one.
That.
You have no idea which direction the matron actually went.
No. But we know that the southeast one is full of sea monsters. They don't see any ice, although there could be ice.
I mean, if they're hiding from sea monsters,
They might not
probably
see
underwater
ice.
somewhere, right? So
Let's just head for the eyes, and then we can decide when we get there.
either way, I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish my item
Okay.
and get
So-
a long rest finally.
So as you guys are doing this, sometime in the middle of the night, I guess, are you going to take your nap now that it's like midnight or 1 o'clock once you get on the ship, or are you going to wait till later?
I guess I'll do the sleep first.
Okay. So you guys watch as Orin gets comfortable on the ship, and we finally do his fucking dream. Piece of shit. Kidding. I had them all prepared, and you were first on the list.
My bad.
Let's go. Orin, you find yourself once again in this dark space when normally your father would show up, would help you. Oh my god, I just remembered. You guys are all suffering from diseases, by the way.
Whoa. I got greater
not everyone.
restoration.
I mean, I'll be fine after this sleep.
Yeah, I forgot entirely about this. This is what happens when the person you're supposed to work on first, that reminds you about the poison.
I did say I was using my greater restorations.
Okay, so you took care of...
used.
Okay, well, we'll look at that in a minute. Meanwhile, you find yourself in this dark space where normally your father would come and teach you. You feel that you have progressed to where you would have wanted to be. And yet, there's no one here to guide you. In that moment, you turn around and you see that the stars are starting to line up all around you, and you see a black, moving tower. And sitting upon that tower, you see a form of yourself burning with bright light. You see around it is a cage of metal and gears. And twisting between each of those gears and around you is this sort of dark blue, like ichor, but it's almost like webbing attached to this sort of lit form. You know how this place works at this point, so you scale up to where it is, and as you see your body there covered in this disease, you remember, oh yeah, we're all diseased. In that moment, you sort of miss the instructions of your father. But then you feel a sudden warmth behind you. And you hear,
finally. I made my way into this space. So tired.
And you turn around and you see a fire giant standing behind you.
Does it look like that one we fought before we have a fracture of? Oh, boy.
Says, you've been holding on to me for quite some time. This seems to be a problem.
Yep.
You're both just sort of, you're sort of like floating out of body experience, just like floating, looking at yourself there. And he's standing next to you with his arms crossed. He's like,
you've been up to a lot since I last battled you and your group.
Non-stop action with us.
You got a little bit of the cursed disease there.
I do, yeah.
I'll help you out with that. He just reaches forward and he just burns it. With his finger, and he's like,
well, that takes care of that for you. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. That was pretty cool.
No.
Can you do any other tricks?
Several. Well, to be honest with you, I don't particularly feel like merging with anyone in your group. You included. Sorry, it's just... I would rather maintain my autonomy.
I mean, sure, that's fine. You're just kind of a ball in a bag right now.
Yes. Yeah. I suppose that's my fate now, isn't it? My body's destroyed.
I mean, we could give you to somebody if there's someone you had in mind.
Like I said, autonomy is my real goal. Oh!
I do have friends in the Brass Palace.
He leans forward a little bit and he starts, and he takes a closer look and he starts clicking the little, like tapping your statue, and the little tentacles try to wrap around him. He just kind of flicks them off. He's like,
You're, you have a spirit of mechanist. You can create things?
Yep. Getting better at it every day.
Well, perhaps you could do me a favor then. If I leave you the parting gift of a bit of my fire, to keep these pesky diseases away, these poisons, never be infected by them again. In exchange, could you make me into something?
Like, you want me to make, like, a body?
I've heard of ego weapons before. Weapons that have souls trapped inside, and I think, as a fracture, given the proper conduit, I could be useful in my own way. Then you would simply have to find one capable of wielding me.
What kind of,
Oh, I don't care. As long as I can burn hot, it doesn't matter. Something strong. I could also be a shield, or armor. I don't know. But I'd like to take to the battlefield once again. Feel myself pitted against the enemy. Fighting Northoff for what he's done.
I can make any of that, so whatever would be your preference.
Tell you what. Find a warrior that's strong enough to wield me in your eyes. And build me as a weapon for them.
Okay.
Well, it's been fun.
And he taps into your chest, and you feel heat just like rising throughout your body. And when you wake up, your disease is gone. As normally would have happened at level 10, but I'm explaining it this way. Thank you very much.
Whatever works. Now I got something else on my to-do list.
Yes. Shut up. Not you, the computer. So, you're all sailing through the night in that direction. As the night wanes on, you guys see or hear Orin sleeping soundly or snoring. We don't know what he does. Do you think Orin's a snorer?
I think he's probably doing floaty paddles in his sleep because he's floating in his sleep.
Okay, so he's kind of dog paddling.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dreaming about chasing rabbits.
Meanwhile, the water seems calm. It's a bit eerie at nighttime, seeing this under like the sort of pale moonlight. The lit face of this large statue is eye level, and it almost like no matter where you go, it looks like it's looking at you, just watching you sail across the water.
I've been having a staring contest.
I'm gonna.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw or a Constitution check. Just check.
Constitution check. Is that just the top roll then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was almost in that 20. 13.
13. You definitely blink before the statue blinks.
Did not. Still stare at it.
Almost at him.
What does everyone want to do in this sort of calm?
I want to interrupt Mitnir's staring contest. And go kind of like sit nearby. And there's kind of like a minute or so of silence as Seti's kind of like obviously thinking things over.
And Mitnir's still just like...
And then she's like, Mitnir, you would be honest with me, wouldn't you, if I asked if there was a problem? You would tell me, right?
Yes?
Well, it's just that last night nobody wanted to come into the dome with me and Cleary, and I was like, and then Broxy laughed when I invited her.
Broxy within earshot of this.
No, you're not. You have no idea.
Okay.
So,
I rolled a 2, so I put you at no.
So
to make it, just to let the misunderstanding fester.
I did want to bring it up at some point.
I mean, I know we haven't like had a proper bath in a while or anything, but that's true of everybody. So it can't just be that we smell or anything. I mean, Do I snore? Is it?
No. And I mean, you probably smell better than I do.
I mean,
Still
I do
stink.
prestidigitate regularly, so here I could do you if you want.
Maybe? Do I smell?
Well, here, and I'll like do a couple of prestidigitations on Mitnir and like magically clean him.
Somehow it makes you feel dirtier.
And he was like,
I know it's not the same as like taking a bath in a proper scrub. That's what I mean. Cleary had this whole thing about like, well, the clothes aren't really washed until they're washed, you know. But it's magical cleaning. It's dry. Yeah. It feels different, but it's just as clean.
Dry cleaning, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is faster. That's nice.
It's a lot fast, and you know, like right now, I mean, you know, baths aren't always possible, so this is a very nice spell. But you know, some rich people, I guess, you know, they have things done a certain way.
I mean, you're talking about the person who had a tub.
God, that was such a nice tub.
I slept in that tub.
Oh, I would like to take a bath in it, but honestly, sleeping in it sounds not too bad either. But okay, so it's not me. I mean, people just wanted their distance, right? I mean,
I mean,
maybe sleeping out under
asleep.
the open sky instead of under the shield. I mean, it looked like open sky from the inside.
Right. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I didn't want to get in the way. You know, Cleary obviously has, you know, feelings and stuff, and that'd just be kind of awkward.
What?
Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, Clary's leaning over the banister and nudges close to Propsy and says, "Propsy, I was hoping to clear the air about something. Last night, Seti said that none of you wanted to sleep in the dome with us, and that you laughed at her when she made the suggestion. Look, I know that you and Seti are close, and perhaps I have been taking too much of her attention, and maybe that's why, or maybe you just, you know, I never was part of the original group or anything, and I understand."
Hun, I'm gonna like place my hand on his shoulder.
Ow.
I just say ow.
I said, how?
Can she even reach it?
It's like 7 feet tall.
Oh, okay. I reach up and I grab his hand then.
Oh yeah, you
And
can
like
you
I
can
do
grab
that.
his
I do that
fingers.
like mom pat, you know, like
Just like grab his hand and go.
yeah, that's exactly. I was like, sweetheart, I wanted to give you the opportunity to have her attention.
Oh.
Seems like you like it.
Well, that's not really my place. I feel that
And I thought it
Seti.
wasn't mine.
I don't think that that's the sort of thing. And if it were the sort of thing that were to happen, I don't think it would happen in a dome
Look.
on a barge full
Ding,
of shark people. I don't think against shark people. It's just the smell of fish, nauseating for me.
And I wasn't saying you guys were gonna have a moment. But you could just talk and get closer, and who knows, maybe one day the story will play out.
I don't think that's really in the cards, but
Then in the
Thank
meantime, you could just enjoy her company.
that's something that I believe is. And I do that every day with all of you. Enjoy your company, and I hope to continue to.
And we you.
Well, I'm glad to know you don't hate me. But in the future, I'm more than happy to share. It was a bit awkward.
Absolutely not.
Frankly, I might have fed
Live
into.
for that. Live for the awkwardness of youth.
I might have accidentally convinced her that Grim is evil. It was a panicked thought.
What?
Is there anything anybody else would like to do?
Is he not gonna?
No, I'm gonna cut that one off.
Okay.
I'm just working on my.
Grim cured his disease with. That's all I did.
Oh, okay.
I did it before we even got to the boat.
I entirely forgot. I can't believe I forgot about the frickin' disease, by the way, guys. You were supposed to have blue boils growing on your faces.
They wouldn't have gotten that far.
I know.
I know we're really close to 8 o'clock, but we still have a couple of minutes, and I want to do one more thing.
Okay.
I want to cut back to Mitnir and Seti.
Okay.
And Seti's
Camera
gonna be
pans to the other side of the boat. It just like rocks to the other side of the boat. Camera does.
And she's just like, do you think Grim is evil? Because there's this whole big theory that we were talking about, and I think it holds water, actually.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so there's the whole thing with the undead, and then, like, what is his agenda with that pig? Because honestly...
actually breaks eye contact with the statue. It's like, I'm listening.
He finally gives up the ghost. Meanwhile, Orn, you swear as you finally wake up that you see the statue blink, and that's where we're going to end our session for today. Thanks so much for hanging up, guys. Hanging out, guys, not hanging up. Oh man, that was great. My chest hurts from that one. That was good.
But the moment Mitnir turned away, it
I
blinked.
enjoyed this session.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks,
I enjoyed
everybody.
playing a mom. I don't get the chance off.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He's
What?
not like mean evil. He just doesn't care about morality.
I was gonna say it definitely falls into maybe questionable morals evil.
Yeah, he just doesn't. Yeah.
A smidge of evil in there. Smidge.
I don't think it's evil so much as not. He thinks about human bodies differently than the average person.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't care. He's just like, do whatever you want. As long as it's not really, really, really bad stuff, he's cool with it. You know?
I think it was just Cleary just panicked, and he was just like, I've had this thought, but I know it's not true. But I have had the thought.
It's fine. This can just lead to an intervention of, okay, Grim, we're gonna make you not evil anymore.
We'll just hire an exorcist from like.
You know, Clary mentioned he could be an agent of Northought, so you know.
Freaking level 4 cleric trying to exorcise Grim. Starts stretching his limbs.
Woman kind of situation. Clean up Grim and dress him all nice and try and pass him for a well-to-do lady.
Been in the church every Sunday.
Do you work on commission? We must take huge.
Anyways, guys, it's been a fun night. Thank you so much for hanging out. We love you guys. And remember, we did it for the rolls.